I've always been interested in military history, and I quite like the idea of working on something where we could try and do something perhaps new with the military aspect of it. So the cannon you see behind me, we've had built. We've got a battery of 4 of them. And for instance, we want to see them jump back when they fire, which requires rigs. That's something you don't often see.
There's a lot of historical reference available for Napoleonic cannon. In the end, we cheated because we found the drawings for these available on the internet. They're the original drawings for the French cannon. And what we've done is we've compromised and we've created a Franco-Russian cannon for our show. So in fact, we issued one of Napoleon's drawings to the workshop and said, make us 4 of those, please.
It was really important to us from the beginning to try and convey the force of this amount of cannon fire. And in order to do that, we really wanted to have real explosions and feeling it in your chest, feeling the soil coming around you. It's quite scary, and you can feel the sense of danger, and it just helps all of us kind of get a feeling of what it would have been like, and that's essentially what we're trying to do, is portray what it would have been like to have been there on that day.
Well, it's a wireless ignition system. It's a system to trigger bombs. The problem is to cover that it's not dangerous for the people around, because what you use is high explosives, of course. This is high dangerous stuff, and this have to look, of course, like war.
I've selected 24 guys to go on to a cannon boot camp, which was a week of just drills, learning about the cannons. I had them pushing the cannons everywhere so they got a feel of the weights. What I'd done is I then started putting things in the mix where I was taking some of the guys out. So it would end up with maybe about 5 individuals trying to manage 4 cannons on their own, doing each other's jobs. So I had them trained to that level, and they were sweating quite a bit. It got quite frantic for them trying to keep those guns going. So when you have a cannon, they load the cannon up. You'll have a guy who is more like the runner, and he will hand the loader a cannonball. He will then load it in. You then have a rammer. He will ram the cannonball plus the charge in. The vent man, who had his thumb over the vent, he then replaces it. He uses a pricker and he pricks the bag, which has the gunpowder in. That opens a seal where he can then push in a fuse. He then got the port fire, who is the guy who ignites it on the word of command, fire from the gun commander. And all he does is he touches the fuse. There's a split second when the fuse burns down into the powder ignites, produces gases, which then ballistically pushes the ball forward into the air towards you.